here we go. Let's get into it. Let's start with our nickel defense, all right, against their 11 offense. All right, so here we go. From left to right, their offensive line. Christian Derrick, can you see this okay? I need to zoom in, don't I? Let me get a little closer here.
You could bring, yeah, there we go.
A little bit better? All right, I think so. Let me see. Double check. There we go. That's about as good as I can do. You have to put your glasses on, old man. All right. Christian Darrisaw, left tackle. I think he'll be good to go. 67.5. Left guard, Jackson, 62. Center, Kelly, 72.2. Minimal snaps, looks like. Will Fries at right guard, 60.4 if he plays. And then O'Neal at right tackle, 72.4. They've got a solid tackle tandem. It's like a little bit lesser version of the Packers, right? I feel like Rasheed Walker and Christian Darrisaw play at about the same level, and Zach Tom is significantly better than O'Neal at right tackle, according to PFF. So think of our offensive line in the tackle spot. We're slightly better than them, right? So I think we should be able to hit home with some pressure with this offensive line. When you look at our defensive line here, what they're showing currently, not knowing if LVN is going to be playing, is Kingsley Enagbare at edge, Rashawn Gary at the opposite edge, right? So Enagbare 65.9, Gary 69.6. And then you got Micah Parsons lining up in the 3-tech in that cheetah package with a 91.9 PFF grade. Devontae Wyatt is sitting at 57.2. So he has started to dip significantly this year. We'll see if that continues or if he gets on a little bit of a hot streak. Now, we've seen flashes from him in the run game, right? That 6-yard tackle for a loss, was that against Philly, where he just blew into the backfield and blew up Saquon Barkley. So he's shown some flashes here or there. But when you look at their offensive line versus our defensive line, if you think LVN is going to play, here's what I want you guys to imagine. You see Parsons here, right? Imagine Parsons playing where Enagbare is at a 91.9, and now you insert LVN into that cheetah package. So it would be 90 cheetahs, what we would call that. His PFF grade is a 74 right now, 27th best edge defender in the National Football League this year, and I think he's the 5th best defender on the Packers rosters, on the defensive side of the roster, I should say. Emilio, how do you feel about their offensive line versus our defensive line? Then we'll talk their quarterback.
I think we got a shot. I think that speed to power we have on the edge is going to be key. We'll see what their interior is. Remember, Jackson's the rookie out of Georgia, right? I believe so. He's a new guy. He's kind of getting his feet under him now, but let's see if we can't, test him, get a couple ETs, TEs, stunts, whatever we need to do. But put that line in a test, because they're already worried about JJ back there, right? So if they have to hold for longer than 3 seconds, I think we've got a shot. I don't know how well their quick game is going to work, if he can't get it out there quick, accurate, and in a hurry. So I like the matchup. Yeah, the numbers don't look great for Wyatt, but I'm not worried about his skills and speed and strength. I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, and Tim, when you look at this, man, Minnesota, they're 16th in scoring, in offensive scoring, right? And then in offensive yards per play, they're slightly worse than that at 19th. Their offense has really been struggling this year. That, as well as their turnover margin, they're 31st in the league in turnover margin right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think looking at the front and looking at this Minnesota offense, maintain your edge, right? Do not break contain. Aaron Jones is no stranger to any Packer fans out there. And, regardless of how Jonesy has been playing as of late, coming off the injury bugs that he's been dealing with, he can gash you outside the tackles. And, to Emilio's point, JJ being JJ, they need to get the ball out quick. And right. Jones is the type of guy that, if you break contain, man, he's going to make you pay for it. So I think that's a point of emphasis going into this game. And I'd be willing to bet that DeMarcus Covington and the boys have that in the bag for this matchup for sure.
Yeah, Aaron Jones grading out a 62.7 this year. And I want to say their backup running back. Who is it, Emilio? I'm trying to think. He used to be with the 49ers back in the day. I feel like he's performing better than Aaron Jones, honestly. So their two-headed monster is a pretty good two-headed monster. I can't think. Is it Madison? Am I thinking right?
Yeah. I wanted to. It started with an M. Sure.
Yeah. And here is 9, J.J. McCarthy.
9 is Christian Scoot Watson. That's who 9 is.
54.6 is J.J. McCarthy's PFF grade, right? And he's the 36th graded quarterback out of 39 that PFF has graded out here, right? So I'm no mathematician here, but there's only 32 teams in the league. That tells me that there's a few backups that are grading out better than Mr. J.J. McCarthy.
Oh, we're gonna give him some.
The 10th overall selection, 10th in the first round of the 2024 draft. This is who you chose over Sam Darnold, and it just hasn't come together yet. It may come together Sunday, boys. It might. To this point, not looking like it's going to happen anytime soon. 54.4 is his passing grade. If you turn on the tape with him, what you're seeing is bad mechanics, and he's airmailing the hell out of the football all over the field. And he's got some of the best wide receivers in the game, one of the best tandems. You got Justin Jefferson, arguably the best receiver in the league. You got Jordan Addison on the other side. You got Hawkinson at tight end. I mean, what else?
Poor guys. Poor guys.
No, seriously. They're out there screaming.
That's where that audio actually applies, right, Bill?
They're screaming at that man. How can you have any sort of excitement if that man can't hit you? I was looking at their season grades. This last game against the Bears, actually their best pass blocking game second best, 81.8. Their best was an 82. But the past 2 weeks, they've been 82 and 81. So that line's trying to give them a shot. Their passing grade the past 2 weeks, 52.4, 52.6.
You do that, you're going to get your ass kicked.
That's correct. So J.J. McCarthy, 54.6. Aaron Jones, 62.7. Hawkinson, guys, down year, 58.8 is his PFF grade. What's he done over his career here? God, that guy looks like he's 112 years old. He's only 28. Look at that dude right there.
Wow.
Seriously.
He looked like somebody from the holler there, Clay.
Emilio, did we not see a half a dozen of T.J. Hawkinson in the redneck brawl, bro?
Easy. With the overalls and no undershirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, you got to let those things flop around a little bit.
You got to breathe a little.
You got to, Lord have mercy. We're talking about up top, not down below there, just so y'all wondering, right? We're talking about the bib overalls, no undershirt, strapping up a. They still had their Rocky boots on, right? They're ready to go. Not Rocky Balboa either. We're talking about Rocky steel toe boots. It was unbelievable.
It was. That was it.
Fast. As Holmes said, Clay, isn't that your trailer living neighbor? We had several people in the hood that looked like that.
Here's a guy
in the holler, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
We had a white baggie on him too, just walking around the neighborhood chilling. That dude looks rough. Seriously, let's just take a second and admire that.
Everybody, he's living in the wrong era, but I feel like he needs to be like actually a Viking. You know, like storming, like go take over a beach and raid, a town kind of idea.
J. Cole said he doesn't look like a Viking, in my opinion.
J. Cole, I think he does, man.
I don't know, dude.
Old school Viking, like put 2 horns on the helmet. Let's go.
I think he might have been boating over some crystal, if you know what I'm saying. That's what it looks like to me. This is bad. 8th overall selection, PFF grade wise. Let's get serious here for a minute. 60, 75, 68, 73, 78, 74, and then bang, 58 this year. So he's underperforming. You think that's got anything to do with J.J. McCarthy throwing him the football? I think it probably does, don't you?
Just a little bit.
There is your running back. Again, 62.7 for Jonesy, Hawkinson 58.8, McCarthy 54.6 at quarterback. How do our stack backers line up here? Edgerrin Cooper 72.9, Quay Walker 55.3. Of course, he's probably not going to be playing. If we switch to the base, McDuffie 69.4. So we'll see if he continues to. And again, most of those snaps are him playing in the 4-3, right, as opposed to the nickel. So if he plays in the nickel, don't be surprised if that number goes down a little bit because that's not his strong point, playing against the pass out of the nickel. Let's see what his coverage grade looks like this year, however. 63.8 ain't horrible, right?
Yeah, we'll take it.
That run defense grade, though, 69.3, pass rush grade 65.2. He split a sack on that 4th down sack with Michael Parsons last week, taking down Jameis Winston, if I remember correctly. So,
yeah, Zay McDuffie downhill, man, that's his strong suit, man. And this might be an opportunity for him to play that way, Like if they're going to try and get quick hitters and establish the run, I mean that's going to play right into our advantage when it comes to Zay McDuffie. And like you said, Clay, the coverage, I'll take a 63 to 65 coverage grade with Zay McDuffie, no problem.
And to your point, Tim, the D line snaps, that's where you see him walked up so much in that 4-3. The fact that he's got more snaps on the D line than he does in the box.
Yeah.
That's key. I mean, the dude's been playing great up against the line of scrimmage. You can see it by the numbers. And that's not, and again, slot corner too. he's not playing slot corner. That man is out there and probably on a nasty split outside, face up on a dude on the line of scrimmage. So you probably put those two together, 150 to 100, to just less than 100 in a box. He's probably 2/3 on the line of scrimmage. So let's see what he does in that stack spot moving forward this week.
Absolutely.
The other thing to keep your eye on too, if you look at these snaps, if he does play in the nickel set in the 4-2-5, right? These snaps you're seeing here, 18, 7, 22, what is that? 23, 6, 32, 25. That's probably about the range you'll see Hopper on the field. Now, if Hopper plays in the nickel 4-2-5, expect those snaps to stay the same. And this would be an anomaly here, this from last week, that 53 snaps, right? So again, just a good little kind of cross reference there to how many snaps we may or may not see Tyron Hopper in the defense. So I have a lot of faith in McDuffie, man. Again, and like you said, Emilio, to your credit, when they put him on the line, those defensive line snaps is typically we're playing an under front where we're playing under the strongs. We're playing under the tight end, meaning our one tech is on the strong side of the formation, our three techs on the weak side of the formation, and then they put McDuffie on the line of scrimmage. Now, if they want to blitz, if they like to match up blitzing Quay in the past or blitzing Edgerrin Cooper, then you would see them on the line because you'll probably have some of those snaps here too. Let's see how many times Cooper is on the line. 60, right?
Yep.
So not near as much, obviously, in terms of a ratio as McDuffie. Let's see how many times Quay was up there. Only 35, right? So that would suggest Quay has played more mock backer, right, as opposed to a Will or a.
It's still crazy. He's had 104. He's been on the line 104 times. That's more than Quay or Cooper combined.
Yep. So it just shows you what they like to do, right? Yep. They like to put him up on the line of scrimmage. So if you want to continue to have that in your base package, what will probably happen is when you bring in Tyron Hopper for your base 4-3, they'll probably keep McDuffie playing on the line of scrimmage like that because that's what they're doing, and then they'll put Hopper back there at mock or Will, right?
Most not likely. Move three things around.
Bingo. So it's going to be interesting to see how they deploy them and utilize obviously the different packages. So let's move along to wide receivers versus DBs here. All right. Justin Jefferson, 77.6. He's the 19th highest rated receiver this year. You've got Naylor. Naylor, I hardly know her, in the slot, 69.5. And then you got Addison on the opposite outside at a 64.7. It's a pretty solid receiving core. These are grades that are lowered because of J.J. McCarthy not being able to hit a bull in the ass with a mop, right? Like that plays a role in these grades dropping, I think, significantly. Now, when you look at our cornerback room, Carrington Valentine, boys.
Let's go.
Did a video on him earlier today. He's the 5th highest graded corner in the National Football League right now. 76.0 is the PFF grade. Opposite of him, Keyshawn Nixon with a 68.5. Pretty damn good season for Key. And then Bullard in the slot, 65.3 now. So when you look
Did you say 65?
65%. 65%. That's what we.
What a
so
drop.
when you look at our DBs here, right? When you look at our DBs, I'm gonna mute you there, Emilio. You didn't say anything inappropriate. You're good, man. So I hope he just unmuted him. So there you go. All right, you got it. Guy. So when you look at our DBs against our wide receivers, with the way McCarthy's playing and struggling this year, I feel really good about our DBs matching up against these receivers because you're not going to have a quarterback who's going to be throwing guys open most likely, right? Now, when you look at the safety position, obviously plays a factor here too. McKinney is now the 9th highest graded safety in the league at a 76.9. Evan Williams, 71.8. He's the 21st highest graded safety. We've got 2 number 1 safeties on our roster. What you also got, if you notice from a ranking standpoint, according to PFF, Valentine is a number 1 corner, top 32. Nixon is a number 1 corner, 29th, top 32, right? And you probably got Bull because they throw all the corners in the same pot. He's probably a top 32 slot corner, I would imagine, as well. So he's the 41st overall corner, but that's not breaking it down to slot. So I really like the way we match up here, Tim, with our DBs, both cornerback and safety, against their wide receivers and their tight end. Hell, even Jonesy coming out of the backfield who's having a down year as well. What's his receiving grade real quick? 44.2, struggling to catch the ball this year. So what do y'all think about that? We'll start with you, Tim. How do you feel about the DBs against their receivers here, man?
Yeah, like you said about our safeties, you look at X and you look at E. Will back there. It's a question of who's going to play in the box, right? Who's going to be biting down, playing in the box, and, who's going to be your deep guy, deep third responsibility. And like you said, we got 2 number 1s. It doesn't matter, that that gives Jeff Hafley, more flexibility in his game plan. And then when you look at, K9 and CV out there, what else can we say, man? We're looking forward to this, right? I actually, there's a part of me that hopes, maybe JJ McCarthy can, actually get the damn ball out, and we'll see what these matchups really look like. But it's a credit to really, Jalen Naylor and Justin Jefferson. You see the numbers according to PFF, even with a bad quarterback right now. They're still in that upper echelon. You can only attribute, any drop off to the fact that they're not getting the ball where they need it. But I'd love to see it, man. And between Hawkinson too, and Bullard in the slot, like we might get a chance to really see what our ones against their ones really look like. But again, Mr. 9, Mr. JJ, Mr. Redshirt freshman year in the NFL, thinking he's that dude, he hasn't really proven it yet. So I think we have to keep that in the back of our mind, right? Like even a blind dog finds its ass once a day, right? This could be that game where they try to push the envelope. But I think our guys are going to be up to the task, whether it's our safeties or our corners, honestly.
I think that's a great point. You can't overlook anybody, Emilio. We're not saying this is a slam dunk win.
No,
I really like the way the matchups look, but you got to go out there and protect the football. You got to control the middle eight, and you got to make sure you're not playing from behind there in the fourth quarter, because B-Flow can hurt you if he gets himself in a position to dial up those blitzes, right? When you look at their defense, Emilio, one last number here for you. Let me sort it. Man, that thing's getting prettier every time I hop in there. Look at this. So Minnesota is ranked, they're tied for 8th best in yards per play allowed on defense, guys. That's a solid defense, right? And then when it comes to points per play allowed, they're 13th. All right. So you're talking about, you take those two numbers and put them together, Emilio, I think it's safe to say they're a top 10 defense. So you cannot overlook that.
No, you can't. And that's what's going to keep them in it. But again, our offense can help take us out of that. If we can give some points on the board, get a score or two up, then they have to trace it down with JJ and Jonesy and try to force the ball down. That's when you see our secondary step up, and then hopefully it snowballs. I'm excited, like you've been both saying, to see those one-on-one matchups with Valentine and Nixon, getting them both lined up across from. They're both going to get a shot. They're both going to, let's practice the gritty, because, you got to be ready to, it's going to be a battle, right? You got Jay Jefferson in front of you. You're going to have to man up and cover that guy. And I think Hafley's, I feel like he's going to be comfortable putting him in one-on-ones here and there, just because of, hey, that's what we're in. Hey, that's what we called. And two, I have some faith in these guys being able to do that. It's not like they haven't gone up against A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, and all of that. So our secondary going to be in good shape. It's going to be a good game. I think that's going to start with our offense. So our defense can keep us in, and I think our offense needs to put some points on the board.
CV doesn't have to practice the gritty, right? He's got that down. He's got that down pat.
Easy.
Yeah, definitely. And you'll see here, I think this is a 9-year vet, CJ Ham. Just want to mention a couple things here. If they go to 21 personnel, he's going to be the fullback, it looks like, okay? I've been in the league since 2016. He's 5'11", 250 pounds. That guy is thick, let me tell you, right? PFF grade's been mediocre, although this year 65.4 is his PFF grade. Now, when they go to 12 personnel, let's see who their backup tight end is. It's Oliver, all right? So you've got Josh Oliver. Had a pretty good career, to be honest with you. 42, 51, then he jumps to a 72, 75, 74. So in 2023 and 2024, he was grading out as a top 10 tight end in the league, right? This year, he's dropped to a 64.8, so pretty solid there. They'll probably press into 12 personnel a little bit. As you can see, this last game in Week 11, he had 19 snaps, right? And a couple of times throughout the season, too. There in Week 7, what do you have? What would that be, 32 snaps there in Week 7? Yep. Let's cross-check that in Week 7 to make sure Hawkinson was playing Week 7. He was. So they're running a lot of 12 personnel. At least they were early in the season. So you're probably going to see a lot of Tyron Hopper if they press into 12 and 21 personnel. I don't have the numbers pulled up in terms of the rate in which they run those right now.
They played the Eagles Week 7.
There you go. All right. So in the Eagles, it kind of makes sense because the Eagles play that shell, that quarters coverage. Yep. So they wanted to press into 21, try to establish a run, I would imagine. So going to be interesting. Let's get him back off the screen there, man. I swear it looks like Breaking Bad every time I pull that up. There. So All right, there you go, guys. There's your PFF preview, our defense against the Vikings offense. Let us know in the comments, you're watching this video back later. How do you feel about how we match up our defense against their offense? We want to hear from you in the comments. Do us a favor, help boost that algorithm. We're on our march to 7,000 subs. If everybody watching this video hit sub and hit like, it would boost the channel tremendously. I know you probably think it don't matter that much. It really does, and we greatly appreciate y'all taking a second to do that. So make sure you hit subscribe and click that bell icon so you're notified when we go live here in the future. One last thing I wanted to hit on, guys, and then we'll wrap this thing up.
I still can't believe that we had 4,000, or we had less than 4,000 before the draft.
Yeah,
no, it's unbelievable.
It's blew up, man. And again, it's just a testament to this awesome community, dude. It is. I put a tweet out earlier. I got my feels a little bit earlier on Twitter. I've gotten a few direct messages of people just basically saying, man, thanks for not being stuck up. Thanks for being, and I don't want to take shots at other people and saying this, it's kind of tongue in cheek, but they message me, but they're talking about all of us. Like, we're creating a community where everybody kind of feels like they belong, right? We're not going to judge you on your politics. We're not going to judge you. We keep politics out of the show first and foremost, right? And we just talk ball and have a good time, and everybody's respectful in the chat. That's what we're aiming to do here, man. That's it. Get in here, give a place where everybody can come in, cut up, have a good time, and talk ball. 2-0 for this says you'd be at 100K, but A-Fam is in the chat. Amen, dude.
Oh, we're going to give him some
fact. And there's another one I had starred here, too. Doug said, Clayton got a daddy soda in him to deliver that line. Inquiring minds want to. No, listen, we're on Diet 7-Up tonight. Zero sugar. Mm-hmm. Sponsor the show right here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we ain't on no daddy soda, man. I've cut back on the drinking big time, boys. Big time.
Oh, yeah.
I bet I've had 3 beers in the last 2 months. True story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
I'm not going to lie. I was faded. I ain't going to lie. I was faded. Like,
it's the perfect job. All right. Tim loves it. Last thing here, our buddy Dara Carriger is like, why you got my face up on the screen? Y'all talking about this nonsense. So Dara Carriger, go give him a follow over on X. So the point spread right now, he's got a site that's showing the Packers are 6-point favorites. What I've seen is 6.5, and I'm sure you can find 6. You could probably tease it to 7 or either way that you want on certain sites. He said it's the largest spread between the Packers and the Vikings when both teams have their starting quarterback. Since 2014, that's the largest point spread difference. And again, they have their starting quarterback. That says a lot. It really does, right? So I thought that was an interesting thing there. And it looks like I don't even know what those numbers represent. They're 30% and 70%. Are they saying 70% of it's on the spread? Probably is. And that's according to Kalshi, I think. So nonetheless, man, it's going to be a fun matchup. Divisional games, throw the records out the window, right? It's going to be a dogfight. I believe that with everything in me, man.
Yep.
So there you go. Just wanted to hit on that real quick. Paging Dr. Crutch in the chat says, so grateful for the PTA fam and how chill everyone is. Go Pack, go. Amen. Amen to that.
And Jen Wright noticed it, Clay. That drop is gold.
Yeah.
It is.
If you guys are wondering,
Nicely done, boys. Nicely done.
Before we went live, 3 minutes before we went live, I get a message from Emilio. We got to have this drop. I'm on it. I'm on it, Hoss. So we'll try to keep
what happens is I cut it up on my phone just by screen recording it, and I send it over to the chat, and then we all listen to it, and I say we need it. But for Clayton to get it, he can't just take that video I clipped and everything. Got to go and pull it up on YouTube, pull up the video, click on the timestamp, do it, go into the MP3 converter, and then go to LimeWire, and then he's over here he's got 20 different steps, but it was worth it, man.
Yeah, we made it happen, man. This redneck's figured out how to operate this computer.
Come on now.
The feds may show up any day now, but we figured out how to work this thing. I don't know what I'm doing illegally over here, but
scared money don't make money.
That's right. That's right, Coach.
Yeah, United Bates Napster, baby. There we go.
Do what?
Napster. You know what Napster is, Clay?
Oh yeah. Well, you said Napster.
Do you know what Napster is, Emilio? You were like 3 years old when that came out.
You said Napster, baby, really fast, and I thought you said something else. I was like, "What in the world? What are they saying in the chat?" Napster, man. Napster was the fire. Y'all gather around the campfire for a second, all you youngins out there. You know, we used to have to go online and risk the family computer.
Yep.
Viruses flying everywhere to download. I never did this, but I heard of people illegally downloading music, right?
Right.
And then they would take it and they would rip it onto a CD, which was a process in itself. And then things got really interesting. You could actually laser inscribe the CD on the top. You can take your favorite picture. You know what I mean? You got a gal you were courting at the time.
How'd that go?
Bro. The only thing I ever did was I went to the Music City Bowl, Kentucky versus who was it? Kentucky versus I'm gonna screw it up. I can't remember. It might have been Clemson or somebody, right? Music City Bowl in Nashville, and I put all of the pictures and the videos on a disc, and I laser inscribed a picture I took of the stadium right on top of it.
Nice.
I sat there and looked at it for weeks. Like, look at this. Right? Are you kidding me?
I did this. He said, I did this. I built this.
Chuck Jagger's LimeWire over here, baby, giving out viruses like candy. It was bad, boys.
It was. It was bad. It was so worth it though when you burned that 16 song CD and slapped that thing in the whip. Phooey.
There's a LimeWire meme I gotta find right quick. Y'all talk for a minute. Tim, did you ever know anybody to illegally download music, man?
Oh, I used to be a DJ back in the day. So,
Tim's like, I started this.
That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah. Professor Case called it LimeWire, then FrostWire. I remember, you went from the green to the blue, and then right after that, it was, hey, we don't even need that anymore. Then you still get the YouTube MP3 download here and there, but some of the crackly, yeah.
Oh yeah, that latency, right? Not all MP3s are built the same, right?
Well, Tim, I would try to get a nice good bass song. I got subs in the car and everything, just fresh in high school, all that ready to slam. And I get this song off MP3 YouTube, and it's cracklier than all get out, and it just ruined the speakers, blew it. Unbelievable,
bro. I used to have my CDs were so versatile too. I would have Merle Haggard right next to Tupac on the disc. I mean, it was one track after another. It would be Merle Haggard, it'd be AC/DC, it'd jump into Pac, right? And then he'd come back out with a little Kenny Chesney, and then we jump some Biggie Smalls. It was everything. And we had all the bases covered.
Alan Jackson, all that.
So this is my favorite right here. This was the one I was trying to find you guys. I've seen this meme. You guys probably seen it 1,000 times, but it makes me laugh out loud every single time I see it here. Let's get this thing loaded up. Hopefully we didn't get a virus loading it up. But look at this. Bang. Me destroying the family computer with LimeWire.
Hey, there it is.
Look at that computer, Tim.
Dude, it's even got the screen, too.
Yeah, man. You got that 14-inch, small television. That's high def back in the day.
Absolutely.
Printer right next to the computer. You got to have the printer right there for sure.
That thing weighs more than a Volkswagen, bro. Look at that thing out there.
Dude, right in front of the glass, like the bathroom glass to protect. You can't privacy glass, but you need it in the middle of the house just because it's a good wall.
Bring back the good old days, boys. Bring them back. I'm just telling you, y'all missed out, man. Not really. I'm glad we're where we're at. So, anything else, boys? We good?
No, I think that's it, man.
I think we've changed the world here the last 15 minutes.
Yeah,
so we'll go ahead and get out of here. Appreciate everybody hanging out. Bungee Cheddar Bug. Reach out on Patreon or wherever. If you're not on Patreon, shoot me a text, 865-658-5824. You were the winner of the Josh Jacobs jersey card, okay? The card that's got the little jersey patch in it. So make sure you shoot me a text, 865-658-5824. I'd rather you respond on Patreon if you're in there. That way I don't have to do any kind of background check. Make sure nobody's acting like they're you and trying to steal your piece of memorabilia. But we appreciate everybody. The best way to support what we do here at PTA is join patreon.com/PackerFan Total Access. If you're not interested in that and you still want to help the channel, just make sure you hit like for us, hit subscribe, share it with a friend. All right. We greatly appreciate all the.
I'll add a Patreon version of that rankings in there so that they can edit it and stuff. And then we'll be good.
There you go. So what we're going to do is we'll get you guys a copy of those rankings as well. We'll try to update them weekly, maybe bi-weekly. And then, of course, you guys will also in the Patreon group have access to the draft board once we start to build it out a little later here in the college football season. So we're going to blink, boys, and it's going to be draft time. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. So it's been a blast so far. And we're still looking for this guy. Anybody heard from him? Maximus Best S8Y. He said he was a Packers fan. The Packers are going to lose last week. We're still looking for him. He's on the milk carton right now. So if y'all see,
I'm not gonna lie, I was faded. I ain't gonna lie, I was faded. Like
maybe that's why he made that prediction, Emilio. He was faded. I'll tell you who else was faded, boy. Right here, drafted Carrington Valentine, 7th round. My man.
Come on now.
He said,
talk about smacking that 7th round draft pick right out of the park over to the fence, calling it.
Called up Benjamin Franklin real quick.
He definitely called up Benjamin.
There you go. All right, we're out of here, guys. Thank y'all so much for hanging out. Hit that like, subscribe, click the bell icon. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Probably won't do a night show tomorrow. We'll see how things go. but we'll definitely be going live at some point during the day. Any kind of news breaks, anything like that, I may just jump on here and talk a little ball with you guys and gals. So appreciate y'all. Everybody have a wonderful evening. Tim, Emilio, thank y'all so much for your time, man.
Absolutely.
All right,
Thanks
we'll
for
see y'all
having us.
tomorrow. Everybody have a great night. Stay safe out there.
Bye, guys.